This is a Rogue Media Network production.
Back to the show. You know, one of the greatest gifts you could give anyone is comfort and compassion and dignity in their final chapter of life. And that's exactly what Our Hospice House provides every day. Joining me today are Annie McCall and Ralph Patterson and Kay Williams to talk about Turquoise Boots. This is a very fun gala, an amazing gala that's coming up on Thursday, September 24th. And it's going to be raising money for Our Hospice House, which is a nonprofit home that provides round-the-clock, end-of-life care in a peaceful, family, home-like setting at absolutely no cost to the families. It's just a remarkable ministry. It's rooted in faith, sustained by generosity, and dedicating to ensuring that no one walks their final journey alone. Every dollar raised through Turquoise Boots helps provide compassionate care and dignity and hope during one of life's most, sacred seasons, shall we say. So welcome you all to the show. Welcoming Annie back because we were here last year talking about Turquoise Boots, and it was at the beautiful Barge Ranch, but not going to be there this year. You've got a new location.
We have a new location. The Frank Mabern Center in Temple will be the location this year. Several reasons, but most importantly, we want this event to be welcomed by our community so that we can raise sufficient funds to help sustain the hospice house. The Barge Ranch was absolutely a beautiful setting, but of course that kind of limits our attendance. And
right.
At the Mabern, we will be able to hopefully double that attendance for that
Well,
event.
and you had quite a few people there last year, and I have to say, during that auction, and I've been to a lot of events like this, I have never seen that kind of money raised ever.
It was wonderful.
It was.
I mean, with each, and we started keeping track, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So there is such a love in that community for what you do there. So, Ralph, tell me, why is this ministry so important to people?
Well, I think that we all have, maybe we grow up with a preconceived idea about what happens when you get old, or even with we've had a lot of people come through our hospice house that were young. I think the 32 was the youngest one. So from 32 to 102. And no one wants to talk about end of life or funerals or any of that.
Or even talk about hospice.
Or talk about hospice.
Yeah.
And I think there's a big misconception about when they say, well, hospice is provided by Medicare or by the government or by insurance. And that is hospice in that the doctors, the nurses, the medicines, that gets paid for. But what's not paid for is a place for you to do those things that come at the end of your life. So there's between San Antonio and Dallas, we're the only in-house hospice house where we give 24/7 support. We have someone there all the time. It doesn't cost the families anything. And so those are things that if you can't afford to do it, there's a lot of people that end up burning through their entire fortune because they have someone in their life that ends up having to go to their house and they need care.
And
they
have to have round-the-clock care.
Right, and they have to, they quit their job and it puts them in dire straits. And and then it's all that pressure on there. So for me, it was a case of seeing what our hospice house is doing. Of the 200 patients that have gone through, there's also 8,000 other people that have gone through as visitors or vendors or family members. Yeah. And so it takes a lot of pressure off the families so that they can spend that little bit of time they've got left with their loved one in a place that is, again, it's a family oriented environment. It's a nice place to go and be with your family. And so for me, it kind of fell into my philosophy of life of what government is supposed to do, and that is protect the vulnerable and the innocent, the very old, the very young, those in between that need a little extra help, the unborn. And so this was just part of that, is the people that have reached this end of life stage need someone to help them. And what most people think of as hospice doesn't do that. And so by providing the place and the staff, and again, we're 100% donor supported, it just seemed like a good fit for me to get involved and help. And I was telling them earlier, a picture surfaced from the first house where I was on the floor putting together furniture, but it's been a volunteer organization since the beginning. And of course, we have to get 24/7 staff, you have to pay staff, but the expenses have to be paid, and it's all been picked up by very generous donors. But that money, no matter many times you donate, we always need to come back and do it again, because it's an important thing for our community. And the house is located in Belton, but it's served. Annie had sent me numbers. We've served all of the surrounding counties, from McLennan County, Bell County,
folks have come
Bosque,
from all over.
Yes,
from
ma'am.
all over. I think as far away as Dallas to be there, because
Really?
there's
There's
really
nothing, yeah.
No, there's no place.
This is
People bring
such a
up-
unique thing.
People bring up, nursing homes kind of do it. That's not what this is.
No.
People that are in nursing homes aren't getting the kind of care they get at Our Hospice House. So it's become more and more important to me. The Bible says to love God and to love your neighbor. This is one of those loving your neighbors, I think, things that we can all do. And so if everybody gave a little, then we can afford to continue to reach out and help people.
So, Kay, so many people have experienced hospice care through a hospital or in their own home. So this is different. Why don't you explain in your words?
Well, this is very different, but I will go back to my introduction to hospice was with my mother-in-law, my mom, and my dad. And we were fortunate enough to provide care for them in their homes. For so many, that's not a possibility. But I saw the level of care that they received from the hospice provider, and that love deepened a little bit when I became involved as a volunteer in the Georgetown area with a hospice provider. And I was blessed through every patient that I saw, every family member that I met. And my history with Dr. Bates goes back about 10 years. And we got to know Jeff and Jennifer as friends. And they shared their dream and the vision of the house. And it was very personal to them. And they invited my husband and I to enter that dream. And because of my experience and exposure to hospice, we jumped on board immediately. But my love grew when the second hospice house moved to Belton from Temple. I live in Georgetown. So it was a lot closer for me. And I approached Annie in February when it opened and told her I was ready to get involved as a volunteer. And I cannot tell you the blessings that have come. So many times I think you enter doing something as a volunteer thinking you're going to help or you're going to make a difference. But I can't tell you what a difference the families and the guests that we have seen at the hospice house have made in my life. So it's very personal for me because I've been at several levels of hospice. My hope and my desire is that as we share the passion with other people, just like Dr. Bates and Jennifer invited us into their dream, I have invited people from New Mexico, from Bastrop, from all parts of Texas, to come with me and enter my dream. That's the only way we're going to be sustainable, is by each one sharing what it means to them. If you've not walked that walk, you really don't know. You may hear about it, you may read about it, but I think as those of us that have been touched by it begin to share, then that's what's going to light the fire. And we need to have that fire lit.
Yeah. Well, I was privileged to have Dr. Bates on the show. I guess it was last year.
Yes, ma'am.
And the phrase, no one walks their final journey alone, is so powerful. Annie, what does that mean to you?
Yes, ma'am. I think it's so very, very important that we as healthcare providers really step back and evaluate where someone is and meet them at that point in their life. Instead of us as health caregivers trying to change everything for them, we need to meet them where they are, and we need to make sure that someone is beside them, holding their hand, talking with them, whether it be family members or friends or wonderful volunteers like I have, or my caregivers that are there 24/7. We want to make sure that that end of life is the very best journey that it can be, whether it be singing to them, reading the Bible to them, just talking with them about the weather, maybe one of their favorite activities or something they've been involved in their life or their career. We want to make sure that when that last breath is taken, that it's a good final breath.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Have you witnessed any, like an incident or a patient, or that kind of best illustrates this work?
So the story that I think struck me the most, talking to Dr. Bates and him telling me, he said, do you know what the most common time of death is at a nursing home? It's 6 a.m. because that's when the shift change is, and they go in there and they find. They go and find. Said if one of the people there was down at the other end of the hall having to, change a diaper or whatever they were having to do, and you needed morphine and you're on the other end of the hall, you may have to wait a while for it to be there. But rather than knowing that your loved one, died alone in the night at our hospice house, there may have been one of the caregivers there holding their hand as they took their last breath. So, sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, it is emotional.
It's hard to believe that here it is in 2026 and we haven't come up with a better plan than what we have. So, I'm probably one of those that avoids it. I don't want to go to do the things that need to be done if I can help it. But, at some point you have to step up and, do the right thing. And so, again, the people that are willing to step in there and do the hospice stuff and being the caregivers and the things that Annie does. I mean, Annie, we kidded about she knows everybody, but she's been around this for a long time through the nursing homes. And now, so we're so blessed to have her at our hospice house that she's, we do kid that she's the house mother, but that's because she does make sure everything's taken care of. And it's a place for people to come be with their family and experience that. So, just not having to deal with the stress involved. Everyone's not set up at their house to have someone come home and do it. And so this gives them an alternative.
Yeah, or set up the bed in the living room or whatever. And I do remember the story of a young person who had a terminal diagnosis, and they had small children, and this young man did not want their kid's memory of his last days to be there at the house.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And so it provides this loving, home-like, it's not a sterile clinical-like setting. So how many folks can you accommodate at a time?
3 house guests at a time, and that will be what we will always accommodate
Right.
for individuals, because in Texas, if you are doing 4 house guest rooms or more, you have to be licensed in the state of Texas. And so
This takes a level of bureaucracy out of it.
Yes.
Well, you become an
Yes, ma'am.
institution at
Yes.
that point.
Oh,
Yes.
my, yeah.
I did regulatory a long time, and
Yeah.
we don't want regulatory to be involved.
No.
Because this is truly a home. It is a beautiful home and not a true healthcare setting. And there is definitely a need for that in our community, because there's so many people have so many different needs.
Do you have a waiting list?
We do. That kind of changes on and off, because sometimes people can't wait for us.
Right.
You know,
No, I can imagine
and
that they
so-
want it. And timing is
Everything.
everything, as
It
they
is.
say.
Yes, ma'am. But our first home, as well as this home, had 3 house guest rooms. And the lovely thing about this home is it's much more spaceable, a lot more space, more spacious for different settings, for individuals to be able to not just be in the house guest room, but also to be able to go and sit in the living area or the dining room or out on the patio, and be able to just breathe for a little while, and not have to necessarily always be right in the room, because again, they know our caregivers are going to be there to help them.
So much more I want to hear about Our Hospice House, and especially about Turquoise Boots, which is coming up on the 24th of September. So it'll be here before you know it. You need to make plans to attend. But I want to tell you today's show is brought to you by Alan Samuels. They are your friends in the car business. Stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
We're celebrating the declaration of deals at Alan Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $13,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $13,000 off a new Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Alan Samuels.
Come by.
Summer isn't over yet. Make every last splash count at Waco Surf. Catch perfect waves, float the lazy river, or relax on the beach while the kids make unforgettable memories. Stay in their hotel or private cabins, or hook up with your RV. Located just 90 miles from Dallas and Austin, set on 450 acres in the heart of Texas, Waco Surf is unlike any other water park around. Before school starts, give your family one more epic adventure. WacoSurf.com. Book your stay today and catch a wave.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
I had been off in 7 Sundays, and I was fiddling with the paper news when Crystal walked into the diner. Man, her eyes were mighty blue, blue as the can of RC Cola. In her pretty hands, she told me she was getting hungry. I told her I'm your man. I said, baby, I'm your guy. At the diner, I can serve a plate of lovin'. You'll tell your friends it's fire. I'm your guy, and I'll be waiting to fix up some loving for you again at the diner. Well, I've been working at this diner, and I've seen a lot of girls come by, but ain't none of them like you had ever caught my eye. So if you ever need something chicken fried, oh, I can serve a plate of lovin'. Baby, I'm your guy. Did you hear me, Sweet Pea? I'm your guy. At the diner, I can serve a plate of lovin'. You'll tell your friends it's fire. I'm your guy, and I'll be waiting to fix up some loving for you again at the diner. I said, come on down, baby, to fix up some loving for you again at the diner. On this day, feels like I lost everything. 'Cause on this day, you saw heaven's light. And from this day, sweet Jesus, I'm living one day at a time. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I think I can make it through. 'Cause any longer, and I may never recover, that's all I think I can really do. One day at a time, sweet Jesus, that's all I think I can make it through. 'Cause living life while missing you, my heart can't learn how to do. No, my heart can't learn how to do. That's all I think I can make it through. 'Cause any longer, and I may never recover. That's all I think I can really do. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. That's all I think I can really do. 'Cause living life while missing you, my heart can't learn how to do. No, my heart can't learn how to do.
Summer isn't over yet. Make every last splash count at Waco Surf. Catch perfect waves, float the lazy river, or relax on the beach while the kids make unforgettable memories. Stay in their hotel or private cabins, or hook up with your RV. Located just 90 miles from Dallas and Austin, set on 450 acres in the heart of Texas, Waco Surf is unlike any other water park around. Before school starts, give your family one more epic adventure. WacoSurf.com. Book your stay today and catch a wave.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Cleanse your body of accumulated toxins and embark on your wellness journey at your own pace. At Global Healing, we provide premium supplements to help your body heal naturally. Start your healing journey today at globalhealing.com and organichemp.com.
If I had somebody that was looking for a car, I would definitely recommend Allen Samuels. The trust that I have, the care that they take, they genuinely want to take care of you. They really ask for your feedback when you go to the support department to make sure they're taking care of you in every way possible. So I really appreciate that they listen to your feedback.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Earning an online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Alan Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues and those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. And so I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Alan Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
And we are back, and we're talking about Our Hospice House, located in Belton, and they have an amazing fundraising gala. Last year, I was privileged, my husband and I, to go to their very first Turquoise Boots, and I just love the graphic. You have this fabulous turquoise, is it a Chevy or a Ford? It's a Chevy.
It's a Chevy.
Chevy truck, and the boots with the turquoise on it. What a great fun theme to have, and it was an amazing fundraiser. It was just wonderful. But it's going to be at the Mayburn Convention Center. Is that the right name? Am I
Yes,
calling
ma'am.
it right?
Mhm.
They're in Temple to accommodate a lot more folks, and so you have tables available. How do we get tickets?
Yes, ma'am. So you may go, you will notice invitations here have a QR code at the bottom, and you can also go on Our Hospice House website and be able to purchase tickets. You can buy individual tickets of $150 each, or you can buy a single table for $1,000, or we are real fortunate to have 3 or 4 different levels of sponsorship as well. So if a company would like to buy a table to send some of their employees or friends, then they have the opportunity to do that by going on our website, ourhospicehouse.org, or if they've received an invitation, then they can scan the QR code and purchase tickets. Or they can call the hospice house, and we'll be glad to give them some guidance too for purchasing
Right, and if
tickets.
they'd like to come and take a tour, you handle that as well.
Yes, ma'am. We will schedule tours depending on what may be going on in the house. Will
Right.
help us to decide on a perfect time for them to come and have a tour of the home.
Right. Well, as I recall, there were just some amazing auction items.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to talk a little bit to that? What have you got this year?
Yes, ma'am. So
Beautiful artwork.
Yes, absolutely. So the Turquoise Boots, that kind of gives you an idea that there will definitely be something like from Charlie Waters there to donate a turquoise item. And then, of course, Also, we will have some ostrich boots available for someone to bid on as well that have been donated by a company. And some trips, also a hunting trip for those that are gentlemen or even ladies that like to go and have a hunting trip. And then wonderful thing that Miss Kay got for us is for a trip for someone to be able to bid on to go to the Florida Keys. And so,
Yes,
the Keys.
I want to go.
I know.
I'm going to bid on it.
I haven't been to the Keys in a long time.
So we're really excited. We want to think outside of the box and do fun things like we did last year. The live auction last year brought over $80,000.
Unbelievable.
And so we would like to do that same amount as well, plus more if possible.
Yeah. Oh, well, and it's what a fun theme. And seeing everybody dressed up in their cowboy chic finery was so much fun. Kay, you have, as you said, been involved with Our Hospice House from the very beginning with Dr. Bates and Jennifer, his beautiful wife. And so you have some stories as well that you have.
I have a lot of really fond memories of several people. It's amazing. We had one guest that was very mobile when he arrived, and you never knew where you were going to find him when you walked in the door. Sadly, that didn't last, but during that time when he was up and around, he made multiple trips to the bathroom, and he would dance his way to the bathroom. And I think he was a little bit of a showman and had such a keen wit. And until he wasn't able to communicate with us, you saw that wit in him, and he just made being around him very pleasurable. I mean, it was really a joy to be with him. 2 weeks ago, one of our guests happened to mention a town where I grew up and had gone to high school, and he too had gone to high school. And every time I saw him, and that was when Annie happened to be taking a much-needed vacation that was way too overdue, but then that's me as a board member saying, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. So we had several conversations, and most of them were around, well, did you know so-and-so? Well, do you remember that football game in 1975? Wow. You know, it was wonderful. And we had an event at the house last Thursday, and of course my husband was with me, and I went in to see our guest, and he said, did your husband come tonight? Because I had told him he would likely come with me. And he said, could you ask him to come in with me? And so my husband went in, and it was the same wonderful conversation about common friends, classmates, teachers, some of his experiences with teachers. I mean, but those sorts of things are not unusual. I mean, there's always seems to be something that God makes a connection with a guest, and that's the double portion of blessing.
Yeah. Families carry such an emotional burden at a time like that, and it's been said that at Our Hospice House, then that family member can just be the son, or just be the husband or the wife, or whatever that relationship is, as opposed to being that caregiver.
That is correct, yes. And that's something that we take very seriously, is trying to really help the family member to, again, we use the expression, just breathe, and just be able to be there and enjoy their time with their loved one, and let our caregivers that are there provide the care, but also often you don't want to totally take that role away from someone. You want to make it inclusive You want to be able to pull them in and let them start trusting us. And
well, it's a new environment.
It's a new environment.
And that takes a little adjusting.
Yes. And, you know, listening to what they've been doing and taking that into consideration. And so often you will see when they first arrive, well, I've been doing this, this, and this. And so we continue doing that way. And then when they begin trusting us, then they kind of loosen up, relax, and become the family member.
Yeah.
And it's like coming alongside.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is a partnership.
Well, aside from just a great night of fun, why is it important that people attend this event coming up on the 24th of September?
You're looking at me like you want me to answer this.
Yeah, I do want you to know. Why do you want people to come?
Well, you know, as we talked about earlier, we don't get money from anybody else. This has always been donor
no government.
supported. No government.
You know, because
money.
you hear the stories about the fraud.
Right.
And it's done with these fake hospices. And I'm thinking, this is beyond the pale.
Well, ask them to go see where their house is, and then you'll know. We're,
right. No, I
we're
know.
the ones with the house that, and again, we don't get that hospice money. That goes to the providers.
Right.
And so the services that we're providing, I hate calling them services because that it is, but it's also, there's a lot of love and compassion that's gone into it. The donors that have given money have made it possible, and so this fundraiser will raise, you know, a lot of money, but it takes a lot of money for us to do it. So I think we probably, you're looking at about $1,000 per day per patient. So we need about $4,000 a day to really do what we're doing now. Really? And so it was great. We can raise $80,000. I mean, I've made it no secret that one of my I guess goal isn't the right word. I would like for us to raise enough money that we could make an endowment so that we didn't have to worry from month to month if we're going to get enough donations in, but rather it would be self-perpetuating. And then we can go do this again because we've already proven that the model works. We know that we can get a house, we can put people there, we can bring people in. We know it works, but it only works if we get the community to come alongside of us and be able to do it. So my goal, again, a little bit selfish, is I would like for us to have one in Waco as well. But you've got to make sure that the one you have is taken care of. It's really amazing to hear the stories about, I know Dr. Bates told me about going to the conference and the guy saying, you know, that was there saying he'd been raising money for 13 years. And he said, well, you know, how many patients have y'all taken care of? He goes, oh, we're not open yet. He'd been raising money for 13 years. So when we went back and said, you know, we've opened the house and we've taken care of, I think at the time it was probably 70 had been there, or 71. And these people are amazed at this conference that how did y'all do that? You know, who are you and what have you done? And so, but that just is a testament to the giving and caring of our community. And certainly, like we said, it's really all over Central Texas that people have not only been taken care of, but also the donors come from. I mean, I live in China Springs, so it's not in my backyard. But again, we need a place to do that. So raising the money is a big deal. I know there's over 750 nonprofits in McLennan County. If you spread it out to the 7 counties surrounding, there's, I think, 2,200 nonprofits.
I think I've talked to every one of them.
Yeah. Well, my theory was always that some of them only existed so their executive directors could get a paycheck.
No, and that can obviously be the case.
Well, that's not what this is.
No,
We're
it is
actually.
not. I agree. I mean, that is not what this is.
I mean, we are actually, you know, have boots on the ground, turquoise and boots actually. So,
that's right. Yeah,
but I think it's really important that people realize that nothing happens without donors and nothing happens without raising money. And everyone hates to ask for. Well, there's some of them that don't hate to ask, but most people hate to ask. I'm getting better at it. I don't mind asking someone and telling them, here's what we're doing. It's something that needs to be done. And don't you want to come alongside us and be part of this? Because do you really want to have to someday say, well, no, I really didn't do anything. Everybody needs to get involved. And I think, we would take a couple $1 million, but we also need the 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, $100, $150. We need those as well. Because again, it is a community outreach. It's not just something, it's not just Jennifer and Jeff's dream. It's also, I think, our dream too, that we have a place that we provide this end of life, this last chapter for people, that makes it something that we can all be proud of. But also, I was a caregiver for a long time for someone that was sick. People forget about the caregivers. We allow their caregivers to then become just family again and not worry about the day-to-day grind of taking care of someone who's terminally ill. And so again, that's been kind of my continued push, is let's get everyone involved so that we can provide that for, again, not just the person that's in that final phase, but for the people that are taking care of them. And having someone there holding your hand, praying with you and singing with you is a lot different than being in a nursing home and dying by yourself, so they find you in the morning.
It's faith is woven throughout the ministry of Our Hospice House. And how is it that faith brings such comfort at that time? Why don't y'all explain?
Ooh, that's a hard question, because I can't think outside of the box of faith, because my service is grounded in faith.
Right.
And grounded in, you mentioned, love the Lord your God and love your neighbor as yourself. Well, who is our neighbor? It's anybody out there, I think what that does, my faith, and I can only speak for myself, my faith enables me to go there and with joy in my heart to be able to be a part of somebody's last days. I was sharing with Annie, I prayed because my mother-in-law and my mom and my dad all passed within 1 year. Actually, a much closer time frame than a year. But my experience in those last days, I was able to be the one holding the hand and not necessarily the caregiver. And that was such a blessing to be there, that after my mother-in-law passed, I prayed that I would be there with my mom and then with my dad. And it truly is an honor to walk that path with someone, to be able to, in a lot of times, to listen to their stories. But I think we're there as much for the families as we are the guest, because when you receive a diagnosis that includes the word terminal, there are wheels in your head that immediately stop, and you don't think about mowing the lawn or cleaning house, or if you're a female, there are things that you don't think about, but there are other things that you do think about. And one of those is, how are we going to be able to afford care? How are we going to hold up under the strain of caring for someone that so desperately you love and want only the best for them? And that's the opportunity that the Hospice House gives to families, the ability to hold the hand, to remember that, Annie and I were talking about hearing the last thing to go, that even when they're not communicating with you, don't ever think that they're not hearing you, to speak those tender words, to just be a part of that.
Even if it's those, it's okay to go on and be with Jesus, to give them that release too.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I don't know how people get through times like this without the Lord, though.
Well, it takes a lot of faith to be an atheist. So
yeah, that's true.
It's I think it's one of those things that if this is all there is, then it really is a sad state. Yeah. So I think our faith takes us through. If we didn't have faith, I don't know how you get through not just this, but the hard times are certainly hard to get through. But without knowing that there's hope after this, then everybody becomes kind of a without faith, there's no hope, and without hope, then what are you left with but the big ugly world? And so I think that, again, with the Hospice House, you bring that hope and faith back. And it also, seeing like these two ladies in particular, for me, the fact that all the things that they do, even if there was no God, you would still see God in the things that people do to try to help other people. So helping the other people is, I'm glad we're not all just selfish, self-centered, and we're looking out for our neighbors, our fellow man and women. I heard that little housekeeping thing.
Our Hospice House is such an amazing ministry, and I would love to see it replicated in many, many other places, especially in Waco, because it's so needed. I mean, you've seen that, Annie, how needed it is. But it takes funds to do it. It is totally supported by the community support. So Turquoise Boots coming up on Thursday, September 24th. So you've got a little bit of time, but go ahead and mark your calendars, 6 to 10 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
And this will be at the Frank Mayburn Civic and Convention Center. Great parking, easy to get in and out of, is awesome. And you can go purchase tickets at ourhospicehouse.org. or scan the little QR code there. You've got country western.
We do.
Attire chic, going to be fun. Sponsorship opportunities still available, so just contact them if you'd like to get a whole table. So how many tables are you hoping to sell?
We were hoping, last time we had 32, and we're hoping to at least reach 50.
Oh yeah.
At least.
I think you will. It is such an amazing event. So fun, and thank you all for the work you do. This is such a needed thing, as I've said, and brings such beauty to families at a very tender time of life. Thank you all. Stay with us. There's more of the show ahead.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Provident. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
An online certification is a quick and convenient way to gain industry-recognized credentials. Select your ACLS course. Print your ACLS certificate. You can print your certification wallet card. aclsnow.com.
Our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit Engels90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
We're celebrating the declaration of deals at Allen Samuels in Waco. Right now, get $13,000 off a new Ram 1500 Lone Star, plus 2.9% for 72 months. Cash in on $13,000 off a new Ram 2500 Laramie Crew Cab, or choose 0% for 36 months, plus no payments for 90 days. Feel secure with America's best full-size truck powertrain 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty at Allen Samuels.
Come by.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress, that helps you calm down and feel better. You sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro.
This is a Rogue Media Network production.